In Japan, where the police are supposed to protect citizens, there have been numerous cases of innocent people being hurt by the actions of police officers. What specific examples are there of citizens being injured or killed? A typical case is where officers in a police car or an officer on a motorcycle chase a suspect, causing the death of the suspect or even the deaths of people in the vicinity. For example, late one night in March 2020, an Osaka police patrol car pursued a motorcyclist on suspicion of speeding. As the rider tried to escape, the motorcycle collided with a light truck, killing the rider. Even when such distressing news reports are aired or printed, the actual names of the police officers involved are never made public. It's customary to disclose only the rank of the police officer, such as constable, lieutenant, and so on, and their division. This is in marked contrast to cases involving ordinary suspects, whose real names are readily disclosed in the media. Accordingly, in this particular case, the name of the citizen who died was disclosed, while the name of the police officer driving the patrol car involved in the chase was kept secret. When questioned about the case, the chief of the police station concerned gave a stock answer: "We believe the pursuit was proper." In May 2020, while a Chiba prefectural police patrol car was pursuing a passenger car on suspicion of a traffic violation, the passenger car collided with another car coming from the other direction. The passenger car then hit a utility pole and finally stopped when it collided with a minicar, also coming from the other direction. This left the driver unconscious and in critical condition. In addition, the driver and passenger of the minicar were also injured. According to a report in the Chiba Nippo, 2 police officers in a patrol car spotted a passenger car turning right into a left turn-only road and decided to initiate an emergency pursuit, demanding the passenger car to stop. The driver of the passenger car seems to have kept going for over half a kilometer, passing several other vehicles in an attempt to evade pursuit. Apparently, just after the police car ceased its pursuit, the passenger car swerved and veered into the oncoming traffic, causing the accident. Again, the standard comment was, "We believe the officers discharged their duties properly." The police officers implied they weren't at fault by claiming they'd stopped their pursuit before the accident occurred. Even more tragic are the deaths of citizens involved in accidents that have nothing to do with investigations. In February 2022, a Chiba prefectural police officer driving to work hit a motorcycle and killed the rider. In November 2020, a Fukui prefectural police patrol car was in pursuit of a car that had failed to stop, when the fleeing car collided with a minicar. A university student in the minicar received a heavy blow to the neck and died. The drivers of both cars were also seriously injured in the crash. Admittedly, when entering a busy thoroughfare from a side street, the risk of a collision is high, so one should halt at the stop sign and look both ways before proceeding. The penalty for failing to stop, however, is 2 points, making it a relatively minor offense. Was there really an urgent need to engage in such a reckless chase that led to the death of a citizen unrelated to the failure to stop? According to news reports, the accident occurred around 2 a.m. How much danger could there really have been in failing to stop at such an early hour of the morning? And what was the rationale in following for almost 1.5 kilometers a vehicle that had violated a stop sign? And again, the routine, self-justifying comment was, "We consider the pursuit was appropriate at that time." When a police officer causes the death of a citizen and the family of the citizen sues the police officer in civil court, the national government and the prefecture concerned secure funds to cover the damages. This is the so-called state compensation system. Under the state compensation system, the mental burden on the police officer responsible for the fatal accident is reduced. The officer is spared having to hear the emotional words of the victim's bereaved family in court. Even if compensation is later claimed directly from the police officer himself, a lawyer acting on behalf of the national or prefectural government will handle the case. Even if the police officer admits he was at fault, the pressure on him of appearing in court will be greatly lessened. Adults aren't the only victims of accidents caused by police negligence. In August 2019, there was a distressing accident in Tokyo in which a 5-year-old boy using a pedestrian crossing while the walk signal was lit was struck and killed by a Metropolitan Police patrol car supposedly responding to an emergency. Apparently, the police car crew had been dealing with a drug case and were on their way back to headquarters to have the evidence examined. In the first place, was it really necessary for a police car to run a stop signal at an intersection with its lights flashing and siren blaring in order to conduct a drug analysis? Was this really an emergency? In October 2019, a police officer of the Saitama Police Department hit and killed a third-grade pupil with his car. The child, on their way to a cram school, was using a pedestrian crossing while the green walking man signal was lit, just like in the previous case. When the green walking man is illuminated, a pedestrian crossing becomes a kind of sacred area where pedestrians have full right-of-way and cannot be held to blame for any collisions that might occur. Apparently, the officer disregarded the red traffic signal and attempted to drive straight through the intersection. It's a shocker beyond words. How is it that even 5-year-olds and elementary school kids can obey traffic signals, but police officers can't? Since police officers are themselves breaking the law, why should citizens be subjected to any charges, cautions, or investigations by these police officers? The fatal accidents involving ordinary citizens mentioned here are just some of the many issues involving the police. Article 1 of the Police Act begins as follows. This law is designed to protect the rights and freedoms of individuals and to maintain public safety and order. Police investigations, however, often endanger the lives of individuals, rather than protect them. In many cases, the police intentionally violate the law. Thanks for watching.